Hey, what's up everybody? Got another good review for you guys. This is going to be on the Troy T22 chassis for your Ruger 1022. I'm calling this the Troy T22 Fs. I really like this chassis. It's a fantastic chassis for your upgrade for your Ruger 1022. You know, there's a ton of different chassis on the market. Everybody knows the Ruger 1022 has a lot of aftermarket support as far as accessories and everything like that goes. And you know, there's a ton of different types of chassis you can get out there. You can get, you know, Tapco, ATI, Troy, Ramline, Butler Creek. There's a ton of them. You can buy the Ruger 1022 or the SR22 that comes out of the box with the different type of chassis on it to look more like an AR-15. But the one here today I have is the Troy T22. I think this is the best one out of all of them. Oh, and what I'm forgetting, the Marauder. That's a really popular one right now, the G36 style. That's pretty cool looking. But today I have the Ruger T22. I purchased this one. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this to my Ruger, but I went ahead and did it because I really like this chassis. None of the other ones really I just didn't feel like spending the money. I didn't feel like they were that much better. This one really takes it to the next level. The Marauder G36 one I think is pretty sick too. I would have went with that one if this one wasn't on the market. I would have went with the G36 chassis. But I really like it. Real quick, the base gun is the Ruger 1022 Fs. It's one of their tactical models. As you can see, this is the stock, the basic stock that it comes with. It's all black synthetic, really lightweight, just a really basic stock. I had added a tri-rail band on the front, but pretty basic, very lightweight for good running gun. But what I like about the 1022 Fs model, which I think if you're going to go with this type of chassis or even an upgraded chassis, if you haven't bought your 1022 yet, you might want to buy the 1022 Fs. And the biggest reason why is because, as you can see at the front, you have a threaded barrel and mini 14 flash hider. Move the gun over here so you guys can see that. That comes with your 1022 Fs already out of the box, threaded, ready to go. You don't have to take the barrel and have it threaded. You don't have to put one of those cheap screw-on fake flash hiders on the end of it. This is actually comes from the factory, just like as you see it. Really nice. I like the fact that they're doing that now. I think that's nice that Ruger's finally putting out a rifle like that where you have a threaded barrel already ready to go. If you get the SR22, it'll be the same thing. So if you're planning on doing this type of a build, you might want to get the 1022 Fs model over the standard 1022. In my opinion, it just doesn't look the same when you have just, you know, that varmint look, I guess you could say, where it's just a plain Jane barrel sticking out. It really gives you that tactical look with the threaded barrel and a mini 14 flash hider. That model runs about $250. It's gonna be about $50-60 bucks more than your standard Ruger 1022. But it's well worth the money if you're gonna do this type of package. Now, I did do another video on low cost tactical 22. That was this rifle with this stock on it, and you know, I added a scope, just kind of gave everybody an idea of what you can do if you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on a Smith or a Sig or any of those other ones. Now, this is going to put you back up there with those guns because of the chassis. The chassis isn't cheap. It's right around $300, but I picked it up at Amazon for $269, I believe it was $269 after tax and everything. That's not cheap at all, but I believe it's well worth the money. It really tricks the 1022 out. And then, you know, with the gun being about $250, you know, you're right there at $500 again. So this is going to cost just as much as your Sig or your Smith. And to be honest and fair, the Smith has dropped in price. If you get a basic Smith & Wesson M&P 1522, you can usually get them for right around $450 now, or even sometimes less. And the Sig usually the same. And even the SR22 you can find. I think I've seen it at Cabela's for $449. So, but this is going to put you right there in that higher end 22 tactical 22 price. if you're willing to pay that, then you can put together a really nice package. But anyhow, let's get to the chassis itself. Again, I really like it. The one thing I do like about it is it's an all-metal chassis. The Ruger SR22 is an all-metal chassis too, but this one just looks a lot better and feels a lot better. I've messed with the SR22. It's nice, but this one really takes the cake. I like the fact that it's metal. It's not plastic. The Smith & Wesson M&P 1522, fantastic rifle. If you have an AR-15 and you need a good trainer, that's going to be the best one. The biggest downside to that is just it's all completely plastic. After a while, it feels a little, not cheap, but you know, just that plastic feel after a while doesn't. It kind of sucks. But it's a really good rifle if you do decide to go with that one. But I really like the fact that this receiver is metal. I really like that. The whole thing, the whole chassis is completely 100% all metal. No synthetics or anything on this one. So that really caught my attention. I like that. The other thing was how easy it was to install. You know, if you look at even the Marauder, or if you look at the SR22, especially the SR22, I don't know how many damn screws there are when you have to take that thing apart. I've seen people on YouTube showing how to disassemble it, and there's a shitload of screws, and that after a while I think it's just going to get annoying when you have to take it apart, put it back together, and so forth. And the Marauder has, I don't know if it has as much as the SR22, but it's got a fair amount of little pieces and parts you got to take off. This is essentially is 2 pieces, and that's it. And I'll take it apart, and in part 2 I'll show you guys exactly how it breaks down. But it's super easy. You got your upper receiver, and you got your lower part of the chassis here. It's 2 pieces. It's 3 screws, 1, 2. And you got your primary screw right there, and pops off. You can take out your gun, clean it, pop it back in, put it together. So I really like the fact that it's super easy on that front. The other thing I really like is the fact that it's got the TRX Extreme rail on it. Oh man, I love this thing. This is hands down the best rail on the market. I know a lot of people are kind of trying to take a little bit of thunder from Troy Industries and trying to make their rails that tubular style, and everybody's kind of going away from the full quad rail and going to this whole, you know, you have all these